Hey, I know it's an hour later, but trying something new, so we'll see if this works. Today I was gonna talk about something a little bit deeper because I haven't really gotten deep and really what I've talked about so far is generic and can be applied to anyone, but I haven't really gone into why I have the views that I have. So I'm gonna try and do that. Um, my life and this weekend is a testament to that. But my life revolves around people. I'm happiest when people are around, and I get all my energy from people, and I require people to do the most basic of tasks every day. Right before this video went live, my mom had to shave my face, and that is wonderful, and I'm very blessed that I have people willing to do that. But sometimes I get so caught up in the people and putting trust in people that I forget what really matters. It's because of God that I am able to have the life that I have, meet the people that I've met, do the things that I'm able to do. I be not very well. I got a new video game over the weekend, and I completely suck at it, but the only reason I'm able to, the only real reason I'm able to do, to impact the people that I do in the weird way that I do, it's not because I woke up one day and said I want to do this. It was because people started telling me that I had a gift. I had a gift of gab. And that term is tossed around for someone who talks too much. And believe me, I talk too much. But it went far beyond that. It became when you talk, people listen. And to this day, I have not figured that out. I have not figured out why. I haven't figured out what I do or don't do that makes people care. But what I try and fail to keep in mind is I don't do this for to get the most amount of views possible. I do this because A, it's kind of therapeutic. If I'm being honest, it's therapeutic that I get to share positivity with everyone because it reminds me that there is positivity to be shared. But the other reason is because I was put on this earth to be a vessel for someone that I can't see. And I believe wholeheartedly that more than 90% of what I've been able to accomplish would not have been able to be accomplished without divine intervention. And people people have asked me numerous times, why don't you write a book? You'd be good at writing a book. To write a book, you need a story. And I have plenty of those. But the stories that I would write, I wouldn't know why they are impactful. I love doing the video series because at the end of the video I go through and I read all the comments and really get to see and interact with the people that I'm quote unquote impacting. And that fills my heart with joy. But what I want to say most of all is, don't forget, whether you believe in God or not, you can't get where you are without three things: hard work, determination, and just being in the right place at the right time. All three of these things can be attributed to religion, or not, if you prefer not to. But I prefer to, and I prefer to thank God every day for that. But I'm imperfect. These videos are not going to be perfect. They're never going to be perfect. I've said that every week for the past month. Hooray! But through God's grace and through God doing what God does, these videos might have the possibility to impact people, and I will never find out exactly why or how. That intrigues me. That's my favorite part of letting God work, is not necessarily seeing what He does tomorrow, but seeing what He does long term and what He will continue to do going forward. I've got moments in my life that have gone a certain way, and I look back on them 4 or 5 years later and go, well, I hated that happened this way when it happened. But now I look back on it through the lens of God working and realize that, okay, this couldn't have happened any other way. But I feel like society just wants to see instant results, and God doesn't necessarily work that way. Sometimes God does something and you won't figure out the full impact of it until 5, 10, 20 years later. Or maybe you won't figure it out at all. And you'll just blindly go, no, not blindly, you'll just go throughout your day having impacted someone that the person you impacted knows you've impacted them, but you will never know. And that person might go through his day or her day and be incredibly blessed by something that you did, but you may never know what you did. And that to me is the wonder of God as an all-seeing entity. Um, I can go a week without praying and still know that God is there. Or I could pray every day for a month and not necessarily see what God is doing. It doesn't necessarily mean He's not doing anything. It just means you're not seeing it. People around you might see it, but if God was grandstandish, He would let you know. If God wants to let you know He's doing something, there are thousands, if not millions, of ways for Him to let you know. So my advice before I end this video, and you get to see my hand again, is go through life with the knowledge that whether you know it or not, God is there, and God is working. And you don't necessarily have to be perfect for God to work through you and do amazing things. So go forth, be blessed, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If there's anything I can do to make these more enjoyable, drop it in the comments and I'll read it and I'll try to adjust later. But for right now, that's all I have to say. So God bless, and talk to you next week. Bye.